Hi guys, this is your girl Wakeji Kamore and welcome to Reflections by Wakeji Kamore. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time that you get to listen to this. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. Thank you so much for being part of the journey of reading the Bible chapter by chapter. Yani, it's been such a beautiful journey. Today we are looking at Psalms chapter 139, and I would like to request that you pause this recording and read the chapter for yourself. Imagine, just be obedient. Just be obedient. Be obedient in the things of the Lord. Just be obedient. The Lord wants to speak to you, but now you are refusing to be obedient. Just obey. Pause this recording, read the chapter for yourself, understand what's happening in the chapter, and let the Lord speak to you personally. I'm going to be reading this chapter word for word from the easy to read version. Then I'm going to share like a summary and then the lessons that I have picked up from this chapter. All right, let's get on to it. The title is To the Director, a praise song of David. Means that it was written to the director. I think the director is the choir master. I could be wrong, but I'm reading from this chapter, from this version. And the psalm was written by David. This is what it says. Lord, you have tested me, so you know all about me. You know when I sit down and when I get up. You know my thoughts from far away. You know where I go and where I lie down. You know everything I do. Lord, you know what I want to say, even before the words leave my mouth. You are all around me, in front of me and behind me. I feel your hand on my shoulder. I am amazed at what you know. It is too much for me to understand. Your spirit is everywhere I go. I cannot escape your presence. If I go to the heavens, you will be there. If I go down to the place of death, you will be there. If I go east where the sun rises, or I go live in the west beyond the seas, even there you will take my hand and lead me. Your strong right hand will protect me. Suppose I wanted to hide from you and said, surely the darkness will hide me. The day will change to night and cover me. Even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is as bright as the day, and darkness and light are the same to you. You formed the way I think and feel. I like that. You formed the way I think and feel. The Lord is not surprised by the way you think. The Lord is not surprised by the way you feel. Can you imagine that? You put me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because you made me in such a wonderful way. I know how amazing that was. You could see my bones grow as my body took shape, hidden in my mother's womb. You could see my body grow each passing day. You listed all my parts. Not one of them was missing. Your thoughts are beyond my understanding. They cannot be measured. If I could count them, there would be more than all the grains of sand. But when I finished, I would have just begun. Oof, oof. You murderers, get away from me. God, kill those wicked people, those who say bad things about you. Your enemies use your name falsely. Lord, I hate those who hate you, and I hate those who are against you. I hate them completely. Your enemies are also my enemies. God, examine me and know my mind. Test me and know all my worries. Make sure that I'm not going the wrong way. Lead me on the path that has always been right. Oh my goodness, it's such a good chapter. I'm sure that you guys have read it like in different versions, so you kind of know like the chapter. This is a chapter that says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. This is the chapter that speaks about like you can't hide from God, you can't hide from the Spirit of the Lord. So it's a poetic meditation of the infinite knowledge of the Creator, who is God. And David is the author, and he expresses his amazement on how intimately God knows him. God knew his actions, his thoughts, even knew them before he was fully formed in his mother's womb. And then David invited the Lord to search him completely and point out everything in his life that did not please him. He wanted to see himself as God saw him, so he could correct what was wrong. And David was in absolute awe of God's knowledge and personal involvement in his life. How I see it is that God knows everything about our lives, and we can see it even from this verse, and we know this, that God knows everything about our lives. He was there even before we took our first breath, and is here with us today. He does know everything. Oh my goodness, there is nothing that the Lord doesn't know. So I don't know how this makes you feel, to know that God sees and hears and cares about everything that you think, you feel, and you do. The things that you speak. For me, honestly, this gives me absolute joy to know that God had calculated, factored in, and incorporated all my stupidity in his purposes. It's just the fact that he knew me before I was even formed. The fact that he knows how I think, he knows how I feel, he knows the things that I'm going to say even before they come out of my mouth, means that when he was creating me with the purpose that he created me, he factored in my stupidity. He incorporated the fact that I would be stubborn at some point. He incorporated the fact that sometimes I would be disobedient. He incorporated all that in the purposes that he made me for. And I mean, just knowing that makes me confident that I cannot fail. It makes me confident knowing that I cannot fail, because even how sometimes I feel and how I think, the Lord is aware of it. And he was aware of it when he decided this is the purpose that Wakeji would come here on earth to do. He was very much aware of my shortcomings and my weaknesses and the things that are not so good about me. To know that as long as I am submitted to his lordship, that he will lead me, that he has already planned for me where to be, that he knows the plan that he has for my life, that means I can trust him to accomplish it. The fact that he knows means that if I remain under his lordship, if I remain submitted to his lordship, then he will guide me and he will lead me. He will guide me. Let me tell you, there's a part in this chapter. Let me show you where that's. Let me just see where that is. Higher. This is verse 10. Verse 9. Verse 9 says, if I go to the east where the sun rises and go to live in the west beyond the sea, even there you will take my hand and lead me. I like that, because this verse is it's almost like David is saying, what if I'm trying to hide from you? I'm trying to go to the heavens. I'm trying to go to the place of death. I'm trying to go to the east. I'm trying to go to the west. And he continues to say that even in those places where I'm trying to run away from you, even then you will take my hand and you will lead me. Even then you will take my hand and you will protect me. Isn't that amazing? To know that as long as I remain submitted to the lordship of the Lord, that my stupidity is calculated, it's factored in. When I'm trying to stay away from the Lord because I don't necessarily like the things that are happening in my life, even that is factored in. And the Lord knew all those things before he placed me here. I think that's amazing. The fact that I can trust the Lord to accomplish the purposes that he has for me. Then there's this part about inviting God to search our hearts. And the dangers of not doing that is that we can become blind to where we have gone wrong and minimize our sins. It takes courage to look honestly at your life, admit your faults, and seek God's forgiveness. It takes a lot of courage to say, God, come and search my heart and expose everything that is in me that is not of you, that is not pleasing to you. It takes a lot of courage, because there are some things that will come out, and sometimes he might reveal those things in front of people. Let me tell you, the Lord will reveal things. He will reveal things and you're just like, wow, okay. I didn't quite like that about the fact that was revealed. But it takes a lot of courage to ask the Lord to reveal those things. So then you can be able to see your faults, see the places that you can work on and the places that you can invite God to just continue heal you and to just work on your character. Your heart and your mind are already known by the Lord. He already knows them. So why not ask him to show you that which is not aligned to him and help you to recenter your life back to him. Thank you so much for listening, and see you tomorrow.